Ken. How are you?
Hi, Ars. I'm good. How are you as well?
Pretty good. So yeah, thank you so much for agreeing to this episode where we're gonna discuss about like the fears of quality women in the Philippines, why it took them so long to join the online dating community. So just so our viewers here would like get to know you a little bit, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I'm Ken and I'm from the Philippines. I'm also a CPA working. Um, Thankful to the pandemic, I was able to work from home and also it recently into online dating.
That's great. So thank you for sharing, Ken. So yeah, I've been seeing or getting comments from my viewers asking me like how to find a quality woman in the Philippines because they've been saying that they've met, I mean, this is their observations that most of the women in the online dating websites can only speak little English or not really good in expressing themselves in English or they're not industry professionals. So that's just some of their observations. And when they got to know me, that I'm also a CPA and industry professionals, they were wondering how to get to know or how to land that kind of woman, like a high quality woman, Filipino woman. So I I thought of you and when you shared to me that you joined the online dating and considering your age, so you're in your early 30s and that's only when you joined the online dating website. I thought that you would be the best guest to discuss it with me, like the reasons why some Filipino women took a lot of time or yeah took so long to finally join the online dating. So in your case, Ken, what what made you decide? Yeah.
Okay. That's a very good question. Actually, it was because of you, one of my inspiration. Yeah. Because I saw successful relationships from my friends who also ventured into the online dating, and then I found out that if they also become successful on that, like they have a successful relationship and they found their perfect match or the best match for them. So why would not I would also try to do the online dating, and also it helped me because of the pandemic. I observed that people had the they have a hard time to meet personally. So people are becoming to be open minded about meeting people online because we have nothing to do because we cannot go out, right? And also, um the people are into online, and why not try?
Okay. So yeah. So I'm glad to hear that I somewhat inspired you to finally try your luck in online dating. But prior to like learning about me having a relationship or yeah, being married to a non-Filipino national, what 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 was your hesitations or like before what was your reasons or what were your reasons before why you didn't want to explore um finding your true love outside the Philippines? Were there like some fears or doubts or what have you, why it didn't occur to you to, because there have been, of course, prior to me, there have been a lot of Filipinas who have been married to, you know, non-Filipino nationals. But why didn't you try online dating before?
Okay. Um, my first fear was that I'm afraid to get to be scammed, or because there was this um experienced before. It's actually into social media regarding Tinder swindler, like that. And I was really like concerned and afraid that I might fall into that. So that's my first fear, that there will be scammers, and the one you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to is not really a real person. They are just pretending. And second
Yeah.
second reason is that I thought that I would want to marry really a Filipino. Why? Because love your own, love your own country. But then I realized that my type of personality is really maybe matched to someone on the Western side. Being
Mm-hmm.
working in a US company or in a Western company for how many years. So I think my attitude and my character much more matched than Western. Third is, before I thought people in the online dating world, especially the men, are just the older age, like people who have gone into divorce or already have like older age. And I don't want to think that I'd be marrying maybe 30 years older than me, like that. But then when I saw after during the pandemic, and also with my friends, that having met people like 10 years, 15 years older than them or even less, and then they matched, I realized yeah, people are really into it now. Why should I hesitate to try?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that three basic reasons are.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from because me myself, I was already 28 years old when I decided to explore online dating. Because for one, yes, just like you, I also thought that I'm gonna be married to a Filipino. But yes, just like you, I'm also NBSB before we met our partners. So yeah, everybody was also NBSB.
Yes.
So, and I was also NBSB before I met my husband. Yeah, same like you, Ken. I was thinking that I'm gonna be married to a Filipino, but then when I was like 28 years old already, I was like, looks like he's not in the Philippines. So might as well try online dating. And I know also where you're coming from, looking at women marrying 10, 30 years old, I mean older men that are older than them, would be like a turn off in our culture back then. But now as it becoming like the usual, and you have seen results that indeed, even with the age gap, with a large age gap, people can still, have a harmonious relationship, because we have that mindset before that if you are from different generations, there's nothing for you to talk about, or like you can't connect, something like that. But that's not really true. um really true. But yes, that kind of mindset evolved and has changed over the years after meeting, like especially if you have friends who are married to this kind of or having this kind of age gap relationship, right? That they're
Yes.
they're gonna share that they didn't seem to have problems with, like, like coexisting or
Yeah.
having a relationship even with the age gap, and that somehow opened our minds. So would you agree that like right now, would you what you call this, advocate, would you advocate, like in your case, would you advocate or would you inspire or encourage other Filipina to do, like to explore age gap relationship?
Yeah. Based on what you said, Ars, actually, I've read books and found some articles and even videos that relationship doesn't really matter with age. Yeah, it depends on your preference. But me before, I was really strict personally about age gap. But then when I
Mm-hmm.
saw relationships that become successful, and then I realized that, hey, it matters on what you really want, and what you really want in a relationship. And age gap also helps a lot because, especially for women like us, I believe both of us are really um we call ourselves higher I higher standards like that. So we prefer men who
Okay.
can lead us, and wisdom comes from age. So when you have older men that you can be partner with, then especially us educated women from the Philippines would be looking up to them, and there's something
Mm-hmm.
we could follow and lead to. And also it depends really on what both of you wants, if you will be attracted or matched, and you have the same values, the same goals and dreams. That's important. So I think that's another topic that we have to talk about regarding your
Yeah.
in relationships. But that really opened my mind about that. And when I did my online dating, I prefer older men because
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to also find men that are really serious in the relationship already. So this not just a game for them. So I believe
Yes.
men older are already established, and they have their already they're serious about finding the perfect woman for them, the best match for them. Yeah.
I agree. And also, I mean, me personally, Ken, the reason I was hesitant to do online dating like before, because like in my mind that if I go for like someone who is non-Filipino, people will look down on me like, oh, she's just after for money. That was like one of my like biggest reasons. Like before when I was a little younger than 28, I was I was not like entertaining the idea of going into online dating because I'm a CPA, I'm I'm earning good, like I'm a professional. And if I go to like if I date somebody, my mind was like they're just gonna and people will judge me that oh she's just after for money. But then as I get older and I realize why do I care with this other people's opinions about me when I myself I know that I'm not in it for the money. So but do you agree that this kind of what you call it judgment from other Filipinos about Filipinas being labeled gold diggers when they're dating foreign nationals. Do you think what's your opinion about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was mindset before regarding going foreigners, because as maybe 10 years ago, diba, we have that culture that you should marry someone from US or from Europe so that you can have a higher life. But uh, you know but then as years go by, especially us that we have already have been educated, and people in the Philippines or even Asia has been very technology driven, savvy, and we've been actually our mindset has become almost westernized already. So and then I found out that I also found out that, yeah, why should I think of the culture? Why not make my own culture or make my own,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I won't depend on what other people's opinion is. So that changed really my mind regarding that mindset, ours, that yeah, why you go to foreigners because you want to be wealthy or like that. And me personally, I would I actually would want to be find a partner, not someone who could feed me. Someone I'm looking for partnership, not for someone I would just depend on, like that.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, it could be a good message as well to like these young professionals like our age back then that it could be a good what you call this encouragement or like an eye opening to them that hey, yes, you're young, you're industry professional, but it doesn't mean that if you go for foreign nationals that you're a gold digger. And yeah, we have to like because when you're young, you're easily influenced by other people's opinions, right? So
Yeah.
like when I was 20, like I was already a certified public accountant at the age of 20. So like, but back then, yeah, but back then when I was 20 years old, I am more concerned of what like other people will think
Oh,
about me. But of course, over the years that evolves and that change. But yeah, it could be a good message as well to the young ones. Like, hello, I was also in your age
yeah.
back then, and yeah, to like really don't mind with other people's opinions and surround yourself that with people that would uplift you, someone like that. And
Yeah.
oh, another reason I think, Ken, that why other women are not interested of venturing or yeah, going out of the Philippines in terms of looking for love is the fact that some there are some foreign nationals who took life insurance on their partner but then eventually killed them. So that's why some
Oh,
Filipinas are scared. Have you heard about this? Like some Filipinas are scared that these foreign nationals are just going to the Philippines to find their victims, take these women to their country, buy a life insurance, something like that, and then they will kill them for the insurance money. Actually, yeah, that was. Have you heard of that
mm,
stories?
not really, not really. But I know I
No.
did not. Yeah, I did not yet ours.
Yeah, my
Really?
husband actually, yeah. When I told my husband about these stories, my husband said that's absurd. I mean, especially here in the U.S. Of course, if your wife dies, there will be a crap load of investigations and whatnot, and of course, the primary suspect would be the husband. And why would
Yeah.
you do that when? Yeah, so my husband was like, something like that could not fly here in America. But because it happened before, some women are thinking that it could happen to them. That's why they're not looking for, husbands, non-Filipino husbands. Another thing also, Ken, that they said that there are some women, they're like they don't want to go. I just wanna want your opinion on this. I know this was not part of your list of your fears why you didn't go for non-Filipino nationals, but some people are saying they don't wanna date because these foreign nationals are way bigger than them, so that means they have bigger, down there. So and Filipinos are tiny.
I see.
Can you say that I mean, would you say that you met this women in the Philippines, or have you met this kind of women and this kind of reasoning?
Actually not. No, not really. Not really. I think what comes to mind is that anyone can be matched down there, and it's science, diba? It's in science. And also in my mindset ours, because I've met my friends before, or even my aunties that married foreigners, they really have a good genes, the good match. So I think that's not a
Mhm.
question for me if it's big or not. I know that it will fit.
Yes, according to my husband, if your vagina is anything like my hand, there will be no problem.
Okay.
Anyway, so and then another thing is like some women, they don't wanna go to the foreign nationals country because they're scared of being homesick. I mean, what's your
Mm.
stand on that? I know you've been dating one from outside the Philippines. If that person would say, hey, can we settle in my country? Would you be okay with that? Is homesickness something that you're scared of?
Uh, I would say before, yes. Before the I think before I decided to go online dating, I was really like into I'm a family oriented person, so I wanted to be with my family, near my family. But But during the pandemic, it changed. Like, even if you're just living on the next city, you cannot see them. You just see them online. So I think my
Mm-hmm.
mindset changed really, that the world has become no borders as long as you have connection, you have internet. So homesickness for me now is no longer a question, because you can always call them anytime as long as you have the internet, and just a difference of time zone. So the world has become smaller because of technology and internet. So I think that changed my mind, that I won't be homesick anymore, whether I'm in Europe or in the Philippines. It's just a matter of clicking to be connected to the people you love.
I agree. All right. So seems to me that we have covered the reasons or the fears of the women why they're not considering online dating. Now, let's move to the next topic again because I've been asked about this as well. Like, Carlene, how can I find somebody who is an NBSB? Or how can I marry a high quality woman or industry professional woman? So, do you have some tips or advice?
For me, or for the other, for the person
For
looking?
for the person looking, yeah, for the foreign nationals looking for an industry professional Filipino, an NBSB Filipina. So,
Yeah.
what would be your advice to them? Because when they asked me, I told them it is really difficult, and the best way for them to find someone like that would be through reto, wherein they know somebody and that somebody
Mm,
will bridge them together. But maybe you have a better tip or better advice for those men outside the Philippines looking for Filipina, industry professional Filipina. What would be your advice? Because they're thinking, Arlene, how about we start like flying to the Philippines and looking for these women in there personally? Would you advise that? Or if do you have other suggestions? Let me know.
yeah. Uh, my advice first would be, of course, as what we have discussed on the previous talk, that you attract who you are. So it's a matter of working inside first, because for me personally, that's why I it took me a lot of time to do online dating, because I had to grow myself in maturity, because in maturity within my mindset, with my terms of what I really want in a relationship. I believe in law of attraction. So you attract what you want, what who you are. So that's the first thing. You will attract high value woman if you're also a high value man itself. Second, what I tried is, it's a numbers game. In online dating,
Uh-huh.
it's really a numbers game. Like, for me personally, it was not a long time that I'm into online dating, but you had to undergo a lot of rejection, even by just no liking or just messaging people. You will be rejected, and you will really find people who are rude, who are scammers. So that also boils down into your maturity, that you would know how to handle those rejections and those
Mm-hmm.
numbers. You have to undergo the numbers until you find the right one for you. So, and I think if you really know what you want, you would the universe or God would give it to you. So that's my experience, and for that I'm really grateful. Yeah. And on the last note that you said that they would fly here, huh. I think if security is not a question, and money budget is not a question, that would be okay. But probably it would be better if they have already some connections first before coming here, so that it would save
Mm-hmm.
them time and money, and also getting to know more of the girls or the woman that they would meet online before meeting them in person, so that um also to protect them, because I would say that um you know uh people are really very I know not everyone are good. Not everyone are good. So even if it's a Filipina or outside, should be very
Mm-hmm.
cautious and careful of who are you meeting with, and if you meet, you should meet in public, like that. So yeah, I hope it answers the question.
So I believe you just did. But here, mm, when you said that you're okay with them flying to the Philippines and not establishing like getting to know each other by online, or you know, um when they asked me about that, I did not actually suggest that. It's because my reasoning is because good Filipinas, like in my we are like typical Filipina, we're very conservative, and we are, I would say,
Trust,
there's still a
trust
huge,
issue.
huge part of the Filipinas that are not really open to like talking to strangers, like
Mm.
especially foreign nationals. So I was just saying that if they ever get to meet somebody who's willing to like chit chat with them over drinks or something, that's I'm not totally judging the person, but that could be a good sign. I mean, no, not a good sign, but for me, somebody who is willing to entertain somebody that is stranger is not really a good woman. Something like that to my like in my understanding. It's like not a traditional Filipina. Okay,
Ah,
here it
yeah,
boils down to I would say because the traditional Filipina, especially Filipinas from the province, like provincial Filipina, I don't think a traditional Filipina would be game to like meeting somebody or talking to somebody that they haven't met before. They don't know. Like me, like especially me, Ken, like before when I was in the city studying or working, when I go to places like Ayala or like
yeah.
IT Park and there's this foreign nationals trying to get my attention, I don't even wanna look back
Yeah.
and talk. You know
True.
what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think and I yeah, not judging those women that are like game to do that, but it's just for me, statistics shows that most of the women that are open to that kind of, most, I'm not saying all, but most of them are already um non-traditional, right? what what
yeah.
what can you say?
Ah, yeah. Actually got the point now. Yeah, if they're yeah, that because I have a friend before that who has been working into a travel agency, and then some foreign nationals asked him, "Where can I find this high value woman like that?" And then he actually suggested that find someone in the province, someone who's not in
Mm,
the city, because city girls are really liberated, and then they're not really into serious relationship. But if you find someone that's living in the province, or maybe from the provinces of the Philippines, then they are
mm-hmm.
more into serious dating and serious relationships. So yeah, I would suggest for them, if it's really a matter of the environment. So if ever they had, yeah, you're right. It's better for them to connect first, online, and get to know each other, trust each other, so before meeting them. But if there's a chance that they're already here and they're looking for people here or woman here, then it's also a matter of environment. So if they're looking for someone serious, then find them maybe in a library or in a coffee shop, not in a bar. Because if you find woman in the bar, then probably, you know, the people, the environment speaks for itself. So find someone in the
I
environment.
agree.
Yeah. Or if they want to find religious, go to the church, right? Like that.
Right. So yeah, I agree with you, Ken. Like, yeah, definitely. If you met that person in a bar, so that person is like open-minded, liberated, yeah. Because it's so rare for somebody who has traditional values to be sitting in a bar next to a stranger.
True.
But
Even myself, no, I cannot do that. Talk to strangers in a
yeah,
bar.
yeah. So, okay, so yeah, I see your point now. Yes, if they really want to do that, like flying to the Philippines because money is not an issue for them, then they could actually, I was thinking also they could also go like travel to provinces, no? And it would also be better if they know somebody already in the area, like maybe they know somebody who's married to a Filipina and that person can introduce them to provincial actual Filipina. Hey, by the way, guys, Ken and I are coming from provinces, but we met in the city because that's where I had my education scan as well, and then we ended up working as well in Cebu City, and that's how we connected. But we are from the province. I'm from the northern part of Cebu. Ken is from
I'm from
Mindanao.
the, yeah, Mindanao, northern Mindanao.
Yeah, northern Mindanao. So mention about numbers game, just to be clear to our viewers, because maybe they don't know what number game is and how it relates to online dating. Can you please elaborate on that?
Oh, okay. What I mean about numbers game is that, of course, you already had your, your list of the of the values that you want for the man that you're looking for, or for the woman that you're looking for. So don't stick to just one. Uh, for if for example, if you really are not into commitment yet, because you're looking for people yet and online, so it's better for you to talk to many people, many guys or women, and then when, so that you would know who would your perfect match or best match for you. And then when you found the person that's best match for you, then that's the time that you would ditch the other people and focus your time and your effort and communication to that person, because you found the best. So it's like finding the best for you. Because I believe that there's nothing wrong with having a lot of, our uh communication, but when you are already found your best, then it's better for you to communicate to that person already, and then, yeah, um focus on that person. So, but you have to undergo the numbers. It's like it's like just finding a job, right? When you, yeah, when you look for a job, you will give a lot of resumes to a lot of employers you have, but then when you find the best job for you, then you will focus on that. So I think relationship is also like that. You will know what you want when you have already a lot of options. So there's this saying that, um find the best find the best for you. There's a lot of fishes in the ocean, but the best for you is when you know that you have already have options, like that. I think that's also a kind
Right,
of posture ours, because you know that, because you know what you want, and then you know what's best for you. Yeah, I think that's it.
right. And yeah, and also numbers game for me is when, like, because there's some people that, oh, they go to the online dating website and then they click on five women, and then they will like, oh my God, none of them got back to me, you know? So I think the numbers game would equate to something like, if you click on 100 women, you have better chances of getting more women going back at you and messaging you. Would you agree? But of course, it's not just saying that, oh, I like this person, click, 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 click. Of course, that would mean you need to invest your time, check the profiles, and maybe you could set like in a day, I need to go through five profiles a day, not just like, not just not five profiles in a month. Because I know if you're really serious in looking for someone, you really need to put in the time to look for that person. So that would mean, yeah, numbers game. In a day, you need to set like number of people that you review the profiles. And of course, I'm not saying that, just like I said earlier, not just click, 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 click for the sake of, getting that response back from those women. I would say filtering, going through the profiles, and if that person match your preference or what you're looking for, then that's the time that you're gonna click. But then of course, you're not confident that, you're not guaranteed that if you like the person will like you back. So the more the more chances of winning is when you spend more time and getting to know more people. And speaking of getting to know more people, Ken, I know there are some women who gets offended when they say that most of the time, I know this is stereotypical and very critical for me to discuss here, but I just like to bring it up here that there's like a stereotype wherein those women who are super like gorgeous, beautiful, they tend to be those women who are not educated. Do you agree? I mean, have what I mean, do you agree with that? I mean, you're not uh, I mean, you're not ugly, Ken. Don't get me wrong, you're not ugly, but of course we have to be me too, I'm not ugly, but we have to be honest with ourselves that we don't belong in the gorgeous category. You know what I mean? Men are very visual
Yeah. Like
creations.
the
Yeah.
people
So
who's wearing like very sexy clothes like that. It actually it boils down to preference again. Like if that
yeah,
guy wants like that, why not? Get to know the person. There's a good thing in every person, but I would say that it's a matter of preference. But if you really want to find woman who's highly educated, high value, so it's better for you to really connect to the know the profile, of course, and connect to them on a deeply emotional, intellectual, mental level, that both of you have known each other and you know you have the same values in life. So yeah.
agree.
But if you're just
Yeah,
into visual, then there's a lot of probably not really good match or not good woman. This just for
there. Yeah, there you go. This goes to you, men watching here, that who are just reviewing profiles based on the profile picture. If you're looking for somebody who is educated, who is a high value woman, then don't stop at the profile picture.
yeah,
You have to go through the profile, get to know the person, like Ken has mentioned. You have to get to know the person in intellectual level, in mental level, and whatever levels, not just the physical
yeah,
level. And yeah, that's one of the mistakes, I think, the big mistakes for men, because they're so visual kind of person that they're only after for this women who has gorgeous profile pictures, and they're missing out of what they're really wanting. I'm not saying all, but most that yeah, most in my observations, that most of the gorgeous women, most of them are not high value women. And
true.
most of the high value women are not gorgeous women. It's like an 80-20 principle, Pareto law, Ken.
Yeah. It boils down to finding respect in your own self, because if you put like really sexy pictures online, then it speaks to you that you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be seen that way as a woman. 'Di ba? If you I've read a book that it says that if you put like sexy pictures, then you become just an object, not really a subject to men. So
Mm-hmm.
take note also on that if you're really a woman, like for me personally, woman like that would want to be seen like that. But us, me personally, I value my body, myself, my image. So that's why I really put uh, pictures online that will speak my personality and who am I, not just for the sake of being seen as sexy or
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. But yes, it boils down to preference. If you like those kind of women, by all means go after for those women. But this is
True.
just in the point of view that if you're looking for a high quality woman, then then you, you have a lesser chance of finding that high quality woman in those kind of women who are posing themselves like that. I'm not
True.
saying all, but most. Because what if there's gonna be a gorgeous woman coming up here like, hey, Arlene, I'm gorgeous and I'm also educated. I'm also a high woman. Yes, you are an exemption to the rule, but that doesn't
True.
mean that you are the rule. Like what I said here, it's most, not all.
Yeah, yeah, I
Right.
agree.
I think we had a really good start, Ken. What do you think in this? Because Ken and I are thinking of doing this more often now, guys. So I think this is a good start. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah,
And
it's
if they
it's
have
good to
and if
share.
they have suggestions, yeah, maybe next time we can talk about a lot more topics. And if they have suggestions on what to talk about, they can comment down below.
Yeah, true. It's okay. Yeah. Thank you, Ars, really for inviting me to in your channel to talk about these topics. And also it's also an advocacy for me to actually share what I learned to people out there, not just um of course probably would could talk a lot more next time, our like relationships or personal growth
Mm-hmm.
or laws of
Yes,
attraction that we use to have maturity and have the chat the the courage to go online dating, so we can.
that's right. I like that. Now
Yeah,
we would like not to not just speaking to foreign nationals, but we'd like to speak to Filipino women who were in our shoes back then. That yeah, to really not worry that about other people's opinions, or dating foreign national doesn't degrade you as a person. We wanna advocate that, right? After like I've heard, or I mean, you've shared to me that you have some friends reaching out to you that they get inspired now that now they're open to explore online dating after they learn about you having a successful, yeah, relationship
relationship
with someone you found, yeah, you found
online.
over online dating, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
me as
it,
well. I
yeah,
Yeah,
especially
so
you inspire me.
oh yeah, so yeah, we can really talk more about it. Yes, I'm very blessed that we have an age gap relationship. Like because I just don't see my personality, because I'm someone who wants to have a goal and wants to have someone, a partner who has goals as well. And the man that I've met back when I was exploring dating in the with Filipinos, like there is someone who came across my path, showing interest, but we just did not meet in terms of like how we want to move forward in life. And then I found that with my American partner, with my American husband. And we are an age gap couple of 13 years. And so far, that has not been an issue, really. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and we have a 1-year-old daughter now. For those of you watching who don't know me yet, but yes, we will have more sessions like this with Ken. Thank you so much, Ken. I really appreciate for you for jumping in the call, for your time and your inputs, and I'm really thrilled for our viewers because guys, you just don't know. Ken is a magna cum laude, right? Ken, magna cum laude
Yes.
or summa cum laude? Yeah,
Manya.
Ken graduated as a yeah. Ken graduated as a magna cum laude, Bachelor of Science in Accounting in the most prestigious university in the Philippines, and that is University of San Carlos. I mean, in Cebu, that's University of San Carlos. Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, and of course, a certified public accountant. And when I thought about having to like discuss something like this, Ken would be my number one in that category. Like being somebody who was also NBSB, being somebody who's an industry professional. Ken fits the bill, and I'm really grateful, Ken, that you made time and you said yes to this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's an honor and a pleasure for me to to share also what I learned. And of course, you're my inspiration, so how can I say no? So thank you
Oh my
also,
God.
ours.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And also,
Yeah.
this is a good practice as well for our English, right?
Yes, of course.
To practice our English, yeah.
The
Because
practice
English
are,
is not our first language.
but we can speak English.
But we can speak English. It just needs a little bit of honing.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have last
Last word.
words to our viewers before we close the,
Yeah.
I would say, podcast?
Podcast. We can be have a podcast. Anyway,
All
one
right.
of the one of the things that I really learned is that timing is everything. Don't force yourself to go online when you're not ready. So I think that's also one of the reasons, by the way, that took me a long time, because I'm not really matured enough to undergo rejection online and putting yourself up there, because it's a matter of selling yourself online, like. So first is you have to grow yourself before going online. Know who you are, because there's a lot of inputs that, as long as you know who you are, then nothing can really affect you. Second is you know what you want, because you attract what you want, you get what you want. So if you know what you want, then you can already filter all those options that's not in your list. So, and thirdly is that, um, believe that there is going to be success in everything that is it's working out, and that me I'm really I believe in faith. So I pray to God, when I found my best person. I actually pray to God before looking at the profiles, and I asked God, God, please let me find the person that's best for me. And then thankfully he did. So I think it's a matter of faith as well. So growth and faith and knowing what you want. So that's my takeaway
Oh my God.
to all of you.
All right. So, yeah, Ken was big on belief. So, I would like to close the podcast by saying this verse, my favorite Bible verse, which is Mark chapter 11, verse 24, which says, believe that you have received it and it shall be yours. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. See you again next time. Have a great day, all of you.
Bye.